Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609, and we're going to talk about visible wireless. But first, I want to give you our location here. I'm at a community, lakefront community. It's a golfing community called The Legends near Kingsland, Texas. And while I'm driving through, I'll talk about visible wireless and let you look at this subdivision. It's a pretty high dollar subdivision near Kingsland, Texas, about 3 miles out of town. And it's very nice. They got a nice golf course, etc. But enough said about that. I'll let you look at the homes, draw your own conclusions. I've got the camera pointed off to the right a little bit. I'll go slow because there's certainly no hurry. What can I tell you about visible wireless? All right, I've been with visible wireless for a little less than a week, and it works for me. Now, what does that mean? Will it work for you? It depends on a lot of variables. First of all, with visible, it's only 4G LTE. They do not support 3G at all. So if you're in an area where you're getting a 3G signal from a tower out in the boonies or an old tower, then it's not going to work for you at all. The real draw to visible wireless is the price. It's $40 a month, including all taxes and fees, and that gives you unlimited data, text talk, and unlimited, totally unlimited internet access, even using the hotspot feature. Now, the hotspot feature on the visible network will only support one device. Now, there is a device you can buy and sort of trick it, you know what I mean, so that you can support more devices, but you have to buy some other device. But the phone that you have, whether you buy their phone or bring your own phone, and that's another thing I'll talk about in just a second, is the hotspot feature is only going to support one device. And what I have noticed is whenever I use the hotspot feature, the speeds are diminished or decreased, and but speeds are nebulous. I mean, what speeds are basically meaningless because you can't use them as a guide. If I told you the speeds I got, that doesn't mean you're going to get anything close to that. You may get better, you may get worse, who knows? And that's true with every wireless provider. It's all about location, location, location. If you have a good location near a provider's tower, you're going to get good signal strength. And if you're traveling and they've got good coverage and you happen to be in the area where the towers are close, you're going to get excellent speeds and so forth, and you'll be very happy. Now, back to the phones. Can you bring your own phone? Yes. They support mostly Apple devices. That's how they started. They just supported Apple devices only. Now they've expanded to some Samsung devices and Pixel devices, Google Pixel devices. I have a Google Pixel smartphone, a Pixel 3a, and it works for me. And porting the number took 24 hours. Okay, it didn't happen immediately. You do not have any customer support over an 800 number. In other words, you don't have to call Thailand or the Philippines and get crappy support from at&t or Verizon. You know, sometimes you get somebody in the USA. It just depends on what time of the day you call. But support from any wireless company, in my opinion, leaves a lot to be desired. A lot. So I'm not disappointed at all in the chat room support that I have received from Visible Wireless. What else can I tell you? For me, the speeds have been fine. They used to be they were throttled at 5 megabits per second. That's no longer true. It's opened up. I mean, sometimes I'll get 20 megabits per second down. Sometimes I'll get 4 megabits per second down. Just depends on the time of day, how much traffic is on the tower. And upload speeds vary anywhere from 1 megabit per second to 6 or 8 megabits per second and everywhere in between, and that varies by the second. And but is it better than the prepaid Verizon? Yes, it is for me. It is for me. Now for you, I can't say. So, but anyway, for those of you that are looking at getting or hooking up with Visible, you could, for $40, you can give it a try for a month. If it doesn't work, go back to the carrier you have, whoever it might be, if you can do that. And and then the way you can lower, you hear people talking about it's $25 a month, including all taxes and fees. Well, it is if you get in a group of 4 people. It's it starts off at $40. If it's 2 people, I don't know what it goes, maybe 35 or 30, and then 3 it goes down. But finally, if you get in a group of 4, and that's the maximum group size, you can get it down to $25 a month, including all taxes and fees, and that's what I've done. I've joined a group, or I was invited to join a group. I did, and I checked my Visible account, and it shows the next bill will be $25. And really, and their customer page, your home page, is very, very simple. I mean, it's nothing like Verizon or at&t or T-Mobile or Sprint. No, this is clean. It's just basic stuff. Not a lot of clutter on your home page. But yeah, this is really a high dollar subdivision. I don't know. You can check on the lots for sale. It says it's a gated community, waterfront and golf course lots, underground utilities, city water, sewer, community propane, high-speed fiber optic internet, and you can call the Martin Company at 512-627-8469. And I don't know what this is supposed to be here, but I guess it's going to be another entrance to those houses down there. No, look at this monster up here on this hill. How about that one? Huh? Looks like an apartment complex. A lot of them look like that. Now, that's $1 million home. And well, that one's $1 million. The ones over here on the water, on the left, which you just saw, some of them, those are going to be over $1 million, I guarantee you. Why? Because that lakefront property, those lots probably sold for $250,000 to $500,000, depending on the size of the lot. And some of these people have huge lots. And also, as big as these homes are, some of these are just lake houses. That's a fact. Some of these homes are vacant 9 months a year. They have house sitters. But anyway, enough said about that. Back to Visible. So, what decisions do you need to make before you get into Visible? 1, do you have a compatible phone, or are you going to buy one? 2, are you going to join a group? How are you going to do it? Reddit, apparently there's a way to do it. And what else? Also be aware that with the hotspot feature, you can only use one device at a time unless you buy a separate thing to trick it. And then what else? Customer support. It's chat room only. There is no 800 number to call, which is fine with me. I never had any problem with it. I mean, it's as good as, I haven't had any problems with it, let me say that. With Verizon, hell, I've had, Verizon's support, a lot of it comes from the Philippines, the same way with at&t. So, you get somebody on there that can't understand you, you might as well be in a chat room where they don't understand you. It doesn't matter. So anyway, enough said about that. So would I recommend Visible Wireless? Well, for me, let me give you back up a little bit and give you some more information that may help you. For me, right now, I'm not using my smartphone all the time to upload videos. I do videos on the smartphone sometimes. I'm using an LG G4 now because it's just as good and it's easier to upload, quicker. So, but if I was, it would be spotty because sometimes the upload speeds are good, sometimes they're not so good. So, for you guys that have YouTube channels that are thinking about using it for that, I would say give it a test. All right, give it a test. But for me, I also have Rise Broadband, which is a Wi-Fi service, which has a little antenna at my home base here in Kingsland, and that cost me $45 a month, whatever it is. But it's quick. It's quick enough, and so I've actually got another way to access the internet other than my smartphone. All right, so be aware of that. And when I go to Capitan, my second home base, here in a month or two, then I will use another Wi-Fi service there, probably Windstream, I think is what it is in that area. And so I'm not going to be using my phone a lot like I've done in the past. And I also had the MiFi hotspot prepaid plan from Verizon, and it worked okay. I mean, I got through the years with it. And so yeah, and but for me now, you know, $25 a month, including all taxes and fees, plus a Wi-Fi service of some kind is $75 a month in that range total, and that was less than I was paying at Verizon for the phone plus the MiFi device, which was $97 a month. And with at&t, it was a comedy. I got my first bill, and it's 3 times what I expected, so that was the end of them. But having said that, guys, let's enjoy the drive now. We'll cruise a little bit here. But yeah, check Visible out. Give them a chance. You know, they're owned by Verizon. Use Verizon towers. They got good coverage, but just remember, it's 4G LTE only, no 3G. And now, why they pick certain phones to use on their network, I'm not sure, but there must be something in their architecture that they benefit from. In other words, there must be something in that phone software or something that allows them some benefit. Now we're going to go into another area called, this is Clearwater Harbor on Lake LBJ. This is mostly apartments and condos and stuff, and I hope nobody locks the gate behind me, which if they do, I guess I'll figure a way, don't worry. But having said that, these are high dollar places here, folks. I guarantee you. You don't just drive in here and live cheap. The name of this street is Marina Bluff. You know, most of these people that live here have a boat at the marina, so they can just get in their boat and go out on the lake. And there's also a store not too far from here that sells beer and basic groceries and stuff and gasoline that they can just go to in their boat and come back home. They don't even need a car if they choose not to have one, but everybody has one, and you know that. Here's one for sale. Let me give you the number and some of y'all can check it out. Back up. I think these may be homes, but I thought they were apartments because they look like it. Here's one for sale. Let's see. Give you the name. It's the name is Lake LBJ Partners, 512-784-4237. Lake LBJ Partners. So check it out and you'll know what the price range is in this area, which you're going to be very impressed, I guarantee you. Yeah, old Rusty's not going to park his RV in here. Let's see, the name of this street, well, the name of the street I'm fixing to turn on. Well, the street I'm on is called Marina Bluff. And then I'll go down here and we'll do this turnaround because they got a nice turnaround. You can see the lake. Actually, this is the Colorado River here. It's not, well, they call it the Colorado arm of Lake LBJ. But you know, these are high dollar puppies in here, babe. I'm not kidding you. Great location though. Great location. I guess these are houses. They all look alike, and they do look like apartments. I thought that's what they were, but now I'm looking at them up close. They're houses, and they're all built. Well, he only had one plan, I guess. He had one plan and he went at it. Makes it easy, doesn't it? Let's go up here. We're going to go to Archview Lane. Well, there's some big homes back in here if I can get to them. You know, you can get lost driving around in here. But yeah, this is some expensive stuff here. Yeah, we'll let this go. This is Sunday Drive now. But if any of you have any questions about Visible Wireless, you can leave a comment and I'll respond to it more than likely, or you can contact me at rusty78609@yahoo.com. And but again, remember, I'm just me. I'm not a techie, and all I can tell you is my experience. I cannot tell you what your experience might or will be. You know, and so you know, another thing, whenever you see these guys doing reviews of smartphones and cell services and all this stuff, and they're showing the speeds they're getting at that moment, that doesn't mean poo-poo. Okay, I'm telling you, it doesn't, guys. That just means that they're getting that speed at that moment in that area. Does that mean you're going to get it? No. You may not get close to that. These are beautiful places, though. I'm glad they left the gate open. There's a big home down here. I've driven in here before. I remember when they were building this one down here on the end. I thought it was going to be an apartment complex. It ain't. It ain't. You'll get a good look at it when I make the turn here. Yeah, these are good old big ones here. You know, and I think about the people. Of course, if you were born and raised in that environment where you had, quote, opulence around you all the time, then you would think nothing of a Learjet picking you up at the Horseshoe Bay Airport nearby and heading you out to the islands for a while. Now, this home I'm coming up on is just freaking awesome. I'll go slow. I mean, this one is just awesome. I mean, you talk about an architect making some money. They made a little money on that home, I'll guarantee you, because Bubba didn't draw that with a pencil and a sheet of paper. No. That is one high dollar home. Even the driveway color is tinted, kind of a brownish, goldish color to go with the house. How about that, folks? Huh? And that's the way I did mine. Mine matches my home, my RV. Cost me a lot of money too. So let's go on a Sunday drive and think about Visible Wireless and enjoy the day, guys. I like doing these because I enjoy seeing these beautiful homes. Why? Because it reminds me of what I've got is pretty good. This is, we're on Clearwater Drive now. Clearwater Drive. Here's one for sale, but that's, it's on Clearwater Drive. It's for sale by Lake LBJ Partners. Built them a nice bridge here. They got a couple people out there fishing. Yeah, in the summertime, this place is really busy. Really busy. You used to be able to get out going the way I'm going now, straight ahead. I'm not sure I'll be able to do that today. Sometimes they keep this gate locked. But we'll see. They've got a swimming pool here, even though most of the homes have a pool. There's another swimming pool here and a basketball court, and I think they have a tennis court too. Yeah, they do. They've got a tennis court and a little clubhouse there. Not too shabby, just like my place. Reminds me of home. I'm getting homesick. It's the way I grew up. Shit. Not even close. I grew up like a hayseed in the country of Texas. Boy, South Texas, on a farm. My dad was a sharecropper for a while till he made a few good crops, and then he bought his own land, and away he went. My mother made shirts for me. She made me some moccasins to wear. So what are we going to do now? This is the entrance road. Well, let's go. Let's see how much time we got. We'll just go on a few more minutes. Why? Because this may be the only video I do. Boy, this time change. Today's the time change. You know, right now the clock in my truck shows 10:13. My smartphone shows 11:13. You know, does that hour make a difference? Yeah, it does to me. I mean, well, you know, you can feel it because, see, like at 11:13 yesterday, I was starting to get a little hungry for lunch, you see, but today I'm not, because I'm still eating my dark chocolate almonds and drinking my green tea, decaffeinated. Only the best, guys. So now you've seen kind of the high dollar spot of near Kingsland, Texas. Every area's got one. You know, this gated community, they do lock that gate occasionally. Why? I don't know. I don't know how they determine when, but they do. I remember a guy told me one time. He said, "Hell," he said, "I ain't got nothing on me. I lived in a gated community for 27 years." I said, no kidding, man. Where was that? And he said, San Quentin. Okay, guys, somebody wanted to tell me to tell the joke about old Wood Eye, so I'll tell you that joke even though everybody's already tuned out. I'll tell you the joke. Old Wood Eye. I know I've told it and most of you probably have heard it, but I'll tell it again because I think it's funny. There was a young man in his late teens, early 20s, I think, and he had a wooden eye. And he was very, very, very sensitive about his wooden eye. Other than that, his physical appearance was okay, but he had a wooden eye. And, you know, if anybody said anything about it, he would just blow up. Well, anyway, one night, old Wood Eye was at a dance. And he was kind of standing off the side because he was pretty shy because of his eye. Even though the girls checked him out because he was a physical specimen. He was watching this one girl at the table with a group, but every time the group would get up to dance, she'd be left sitting there. And he thought, wonder why that is. I mean, you know, she was a little overweight, but, you know, not too bad. And so he watched a couple of times, and he thought, well, hell, I'm going to go over and ask her to dance. And so anyway, they started playing some music that he felt like he could really cut a rug on. And so he immediately headed that direction. He got over there and he looked at her and he put his hand out and he says, ma'am, would you like to have this dance? She said, would I? Would I? He said, fat lady, fat lady. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll end the video. Enjoy your day. Thumbs up. Carpe diem, adios, bye, bye, buy anything you want, anytime, drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, take deep breaths. Stand guard at the door of your mind and enjoy your life. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. And make the best of every day, every day. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye.